Tommy's out there begging Tyson to help him out just so he doesn't lose to a YouTuber. Tyson's going out there to help Tommy, acting as if he wasn't literally slating Jake Paul, saying, you can't lose to this guy, he's a YouTuber. But I've said this before. These fighters or these boxers think they're better than everyone. They think, oh, just because he does something else, he can't be good at boxing. At the end of the day, you have to remember, Jake Paul's got 2 legs, 2 arms, and a brain. Some people say he doesn't have a brain, but you don't get to achieve what, and just keep it real. Like, don't be writing in the comment section, oh, Jake Paul hasn't achieved anything. He's multi-millionaire, self-made multi-millionaire. Of course he's got a brain. Let's keep it real. Like, there's one point of hating on someone, and then there's another point of just being an idiot. Like, I don't like Jake Paul, but you just have to admit he does have a brain. So my brain tells me Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury isn't a huge fight. It's a huge fight, but it's not a huge mega fight. I don't even know whether it's as big as Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley, especially in America, because Tyron Woodley, from what I've heard, I don't really know, is a big name, especially because he fought in UFC. And it's not like he fought in UFC like 10 years ago. He fought in UFC probably like 1 year ago, 2 years ago. Like, he was a welterweight champion like 3-4 years ago. He was considered to be one of the greatest a couple of years ago. So Tyron Woodley is a big name. Tommy Fury is a big name in the UK. In America, he's more known because of the trash talk that he's been doing with Jake Paul, and also because he's Tyson Fury's little sister. So that's why I'm thinking, like, does Jake Paul genuinely think he can beat Tommy? Which I do think he genuinely thinks he can beat Tommy. But I also don't know whether it's much of a risk, because I feel like this is more of a risk for Tommy. Because say Jake loses to Tommy, I don't think Tommy can knock out Jake, especially seeing how Tommy performed against that little midget, Anthony Taylor. And he never really hurt Anthony Taylor, so I don't think he'll be able to knock out Jake Paul. I'm not saying it's impossible, but from what I've seen, I don't think Tommy Fury has the capabilities of knocking out Jake Paul. Maybe I'll be wrong. I also don't think Jake Paul can knock out Tommy. It's going back, because at the end of the day, you're only as good as your last fight. Like, Jake Paul never really hurt Tyrone. So this fight screams at points, and being it on Showtime, and being it that I think the fight will be a lot closer than what some people think, Jake Paul might get the nod if it's a close fight. Because Jake Paul is the A side. Showtime will be want to make more money. So Tyson Fury is helping out Tommy Fury for this fight, which I find kind of funny, considering that they've all been trashing Jake Paul, saying that he's just a YouTuber. But now when the contracts have signed, suddenly the attitude's kind of changed. A little bit, I'm not saying a lot, where Tyson Fury, either he feels as though he needs to help Tommy, or Tommy asked Tyson. I don't think Tommy asked Tyson because of his ego. He was like, I don't need no one's help to be a YouTuber. And this is the thing, I don't know why they keep saying Jake Paul's just a YouTuber. Like, he's been boxing for a while now. He's been boxing for 4 years, 3-4 years now. At a high level, training-wise. Like, he's been training he's had a one-on-one trainer, not just little PT, like a private, like a gym trainer just to get fit trainer, like a proper trainer. Like, his trainer is Blowjob Flores, aka BJ Flores. He is a world title challenger. He wasn't the best of fighters, but he was a world title challenger. And the reason why I'm saying that I feel like this fight is more for Tommy to lose than Jake, because Tommy can't lose to a YouTuber. Tommy can't lose to a YouTuber, because if he does, it's pretty much over. Jake loses to Tommy, yeah, the McGregor fight is done. All the other fights are done. He will have to go back to fighting YouTubers and stuff. Of course, at the end of the day, it all depends on the manner of defeat. Like, if it's a great fight, Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury, if it's a great fight, they might do a rematch. But if Tommy dominates, which at the end of the day, we don't know, because we don't know how good Tommy is. We just don't know. He doesn't look that good. Let's just keep it real. The only reason he's even here is because of Tyson Fury. But logic says a guy who has been boxing his whole life, a guy who's Tyson Fury's brother, surely he has to be, forget the YouTuber bit, someone who's just started boxing 3 years ago. Surely. Let's forget the YouTuber thing. Let's just put it too human-wise. Who would win in a fight? A world champion, one of the greatest heavyweights of all time's brother, who has been boxing or training boxing his whole life, or another person who's just started boxing, although be it at a high level training wise, because you don't start off and do 6 rounds straight away and also do 8 rounds in his last fight. Jake Paul did 8 rounds against Tyron Woodley in his last fight, which is impressive for a novice, for someone who started boxing 3 years ago. And anyone that done boxing or has trained boxing knows doing 1 round is hard. So 8 rounds is a long time. And boxers will tell you 8 rounds is a long time. And I'm not saying Jake Paul's this elite level fighter, but this shows Jake Paul's dedication and hard work and talent. Like, people just think that these boxers are aliens and stuff. Like, if you work hard, you will achieve. Jake Paul's got the money to get the best trainers, to get the best nutritionists, to get the best physios, to get the best everything. All he has to do is work hard, and in his life he's shown that he is a hard worker. Whereas Tommy Fury, he hasn't really shown that. If you look at his last fight, apparently what Anthony Taylor said, that Anthony Taylor versus Tommy Fury was meant to be a 6 rounder, but apparently Tommy Fury or Tommy Fury's team changed it last minute to a 4 rounder. Whether that be because Tommy didn't train hard enough for that fight, or whether Tommy's got gas problems. Because if you look at Tommy's body, it's similar to Anthony Joshua, where he's got big muscles, so it should make him gas out and tire. And being honest, he did 4 rounds against Anthony Taylor and looked completely fine. So I think this Jake Paul fight is 8 rounds. So I don't think he'll gas out that much. But there must be a reason why they did 4 rounds. Comment down below your lot's thoughts on this. Of course, it will only benefit Tommy that Tyson Fury is helping him for the fight. A world champion, elite level, one of the greatest of all time boxers in Tyson Fury is helping you in this fight. Surely it'll help. And I don't want people to say, yeah, but Floyd Mayweather helped Tyrone. He didn't. I know Jake Paul's saying that, yeah, but Floyd helped Tyrone and Nate Robinson. No, he didn't. He just offered it, but he didn't really help them. Like, Tyson is Tommy's brother. Of course he's going to help him. Proper. Not this just media thing. Like, everyone that knows Floyd knows he just says these things just for the clout, just to keep relevant. Like, he probably did like a 30-minute session with Tyrone. I don't even know if he did any minutes with Nate Robinson, but from what I've heard, he only did about 30 minutes of Tyrone. So yeah, that's not really training someone if you just worked them for 30 minutes. And Tyrone is a 35-year-old man or 40-year-old man. Like, how much can you learn inside 3 months? Whereas Tommy's been boxing his whole life. And he's only 22, so of course, he's going to pick up things quicker. He's been boxing for a lot longer. Even though he's not been in a high stage or a high fight, he's experienced it, because being in Tyson Fury fights, he's experienced like what it might feel like. And I know it's different to just being in Team Fury's side, the Tyson Fury's side, and just being on the side when Tyson Fury's fighting and when you're in the ring. But the Anthony Taylor fight would have helped him hugely, because that fight was a huge build-up. It was a lot of people wanted to see Tommy, because there was talks that he might fight Jake Paul next. So a lot of people was interested in watching Tommy's fight as well. So there was pressure there. So that was like a B-Tech version of what Tommy's going to be feeling for the Jake fight. But at the end of the day, a ring's a ring. If Tommy folds under pressure, Jake Paul can definitely win this fight. And even if he doesn't, I don't think Jake can win it. Like, brain-wise, logic would tell you Jake can't win this fight, because Jake hasn't fought anyone in Tommy's level of experience in terms of boxing-wise. But Tommy's boxing experience is fucking shit as well. But compared to who Jake's been fighting, it's high level. Yeah, but I feel like I've been talking too much shit right now. So yeah, comment down below your thoughts, subscribe for more bollocks, and peace.